What's going on, guys? It's the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video. The Wheel of Coasters has returned, but with different years, and I have the wheel right here. Here it is. It shows all of the years from 1976 to 2018, and this is going to be roller coasters by year. A cool website, recommend you go on it, ultimaterollercoaster.com, where if I don't know any coasters from that year, I can find a coaster from that year. But I do have a nice understanding of some coasters by year, like 1976. I know 1979 is when the Beast was installed. 2015 through 2017 I'm well with, so yeah. 2016 is the first one, and I'm going to go with Valravn at Cedar Point, and you guys could be complaining right now, but Valravn was the first thing I could think of atop my head. I think it's a good dive coaster. I think it's a lot of fun. It has some good elements as well. Overall, really good coaster, and we're going to 10 coasters in the video. So yeah, moving on to our next spin. 1994. I believe there was a Batman the Ride clone built in 1994. I'm just going to check right now. There was a Batman the Ride clone built here in 1994 at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I bet we're going to be seeing a lot of Batman the Ride clones. So I'm going to go Alright, moving on to our next spin. And we have 2013, and the coaster I'm going to say is Gatekeeper at Cedar Point. Gatekeeper was built in 2013, and it's my favorite B&M wing coaster out of the two I have ridden, which includes X-Flight and this ride, Gatekeeper. It has some fun elements, and it did blow me away, and I wasn't expecting much from the ride. 2015 is next, and I'm going with Fury 325, which tons of enthusiasts are saying that this is the best roller coaster in the world. And we haven't really gotten anything too crazy, like old school. And I'm going 1992, I'm going with the original Batman the Ride clone at Six Flags Great America. So yeah, we have two Batman the Ride clones plus three really good B&Ms in Valravn, Gatekeeper, and Fury. This is literally only Cedar Fair and Six Flags coasters. And the next coaster is from 1984. Yeah, I don't really know any coasters from 1984, so I'm going to check what coasters were built in 1984. And there's several coasters that were built. Alpine Bobsled at the Great Escape, but that was a relocation, so that doesn't really count. And overall, I don't really see anything major besides Sea Serpent at Mariner's Landing. I believe that's Maury's Piers. So I'm going to go with the Vekoma Boomerang Sea Serpent. I don't really know too much about the ride, so I'm not going to complain about it at all. Moving on to our 7th spin of the wheel. And this has been an interesting wheel. And we go to 1978. I believe Mindbender was built in 1978. I know Gemini was as well. Let me just check. real quick. Arkansas Twister was built, Blazing Fury, Colossus, and Magic Mountain before it became Twisted Colossus, and I know Gemini was built, Loch Ness Monster, and Mindbender. All these fairly good coasters have been built in this same year. Like a lot of Schwarzkopfs, including Mindbender, Montezuma's Revenge, Shockwave, a few Arrows as well, a few other wooden coasters. So I'm going to go with Mindbender on this one. A lot of people rage about this coaster, say it's one of the best coasters at Over Georgia. I think it is one of the best. Its layout is pretty original, and it's a solid ride as well. In the next 2016, again, I'm going to go with... I know I already chose Valraven. I don't know any more coasters from 2016. Wait. Joker at Discovery Kingdom, okay. I could have gone with Lightning Rod or Mako. Change my mind, I'm going to go with Mako. Lightning Rod breaks down a lot, but Mako has been considered one of the best B&M hypercoasters early since its debut. Everyone says it's better than Goliath at Over Georgia. It's a smaller hypercoaster, barely in the 200-foot range at a staggering 200 feet. But it's a very good ride. Moving on to our second to last spin, it's going to be 1990. We haven't really gotten too many 20th century spins, but the coaster that I'm going to predict or try and guess that was built in 1990 is Vortex at Carowinds. I'm just going to check right now if it was built then. I know Georgia Cyclone was built. That ride is awful. Iron Wolf was built in 1990. I thought it was built in 1988. I don't really get that, but Viper built in 1990. I don't really trust any of these, but if Vortex at Carowinds was built, I don't see any V's besides Vampire and Viper at Magic Mountain, so I'm just gonna go with Viper at Magic Mountain. I don't know. It's a bad ride. We always need a bad coaster in the lineup somewhere. And we're moving on to our final spin. And we got 1978 again. And I'm going to go with Gemini at Cedar Point. Gemini, solid ride. And I feel like Fury 325 just rounds out this lineup. Mako is the hypercoaster. Valraven and Gatekeeper are two good B&Ms. But we have two Batman the Ride clones. And if we get multiple Batman the Ride clones at the end of the collection, I'm just going to choose to take away one Batman the Ride clone. And then get a new coaster for this final thing. I'm just making these rules up, but it's kind of dumb to have two of the same ride and at the same park. 2000 Perfect Millennium Force. Millennium Force, I used to think way back it was not as good of a Giga as Fury or I-305, but I think it's definitely better than Fury or I-305 because it's just a pure fun ride. Plus, if you think about it, more people can ride it. People from 48 inches and taller can ride Millennium Force, while people 54 inches and taller can ride Fury 325. and I-305, so yeah. You don't have to be as tall to ride Millennium Force, which is another reason why it's better than Fury 325. And yeah, kind of a dumb reason, but I just think Millennium Force is the best coaster out there, okay? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.